It's more than one bitch in the world. Sheesh. I don't be stressing the bitch. I don't be sweating the bitch. A nigga too fresh for the shit. I get another little bitch. She always complaining and shit. Still wanna bang a little bitch. Whining and tripping and shit. I switch up and change a little bitch. Yeah. The bitch must not know I got options. Bitch must not know I got options. The bitch must not know I got options. Yeah. The bitch must not know I got options. The bitch must not know I got options. Whoa. The bitch must not know I got options. Yeah. She pouring the deuce in the peach, fan of the drown her problem. Toxic concoction, blowing gas until she coughs. It's brewing, it's bouncing. Crush a perk, now that shit poppin'. Money team, nigga never been a boxer.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lena Renee.
And it's your girl, Taddy Kelly.
And we are your sexy hosts with InTheMix podcast. Let's go.
Hey. Who we got, Lena?
We got our boy Ugly Money Nietzsche in the building right now. Yes, how you doing? Thank you for coming out tonight.
Amen. Just, staying prayed up and staying working.
I know that's right.
Yes,
you a busy man too.
Amen. You know what I'm saying? It was a time in my life where I wasn't busy, so I don't complain now that I am.
I know that's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So let's touch base. Why you call it Ugly Money? Is that the name of your business?
Yeah, well, Ugly Money is the process of success. It's the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. Everything between your first dollar and your first million, that's ugly money. Mm-hmm. And so my career has been made up of a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of, roller coasters, you know what I mean? And so before you can count millions, you got to get $1 first.
I know
that's what
right.
Ugly Money kind of stands for, the process of success.
I know that's right. Well, it is definitely an honor to have you on the show. You're such an inspiration. You're doing so much for the community, which is amazing, giving back to others. You're a true king, and you seem like you really got a good heart.
Yes, ma'am.
So I appreciate you for being here tonight. And so what inspired you to do the Ugly Money Summit?
Well, I thought it was a disconnect between labels and talent. It was a lot of talented artists, they couldn't get to the labels or the attention that they wanted. It was a lot of red tape. And so I was like, well, I know a lot of people at these labels. I know a lot of people in these buildings. So if I can connect the people that are signing the deals with the people that are needing the deals, then it's a match made in heaven. And so we started about 2.5 years ago. I didn't expect, I think the first one I was expecting like 500 people, and when a couple of thousand showed up, I was like, oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was a great surprise, and it's just a testament to the value of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The fact that we've got several artists offered deals, several connections. I mean, it's just I couldn't have made it better myself. I couldn't have scripted this.
That's super dope.
Ma'am.
I love that.
Yeah, so I also saw not only just the Ugly Money Summit, but you sign artists.
Yes, ma'am.
And how many artists do you have signed right now?
I got 3 artists, and I have several clients that I manage.
Oh,
nice,
okay.
nice.
So with the summit, how does that all work? Do you sign artists that are coming to the summit?
Exactly.
Okay.
So we use the summit to find our talent. We go on a 35-city tour. We go all over the country to look for these artists, look for these talent. And then, the finale is at the summit. So I usually give them, I think I've given $25,000 away, $15,000 just as recently or whatever. And, we give somebody with just raw talent a shot. They don't have to have all the numbers. They don't have to have all the clout. We really get people out the mud. We really go into the trenches to find our talent. And whoever comes out on top on the summit, they get the deal.
I love that.
$15,000. That's what I seen.
I know, right?
So what do you feel like is a good deal, or like is there? I know there is such thing as a bad deal, right? So like, what can artists look for in a good deal or a bad deal? What are some of the key components that they can look for in those two?
Well, you got to know what works for you. Okay. If you have money and you have a team, then you don't need a deal, you need a manager.
Right.
And if you don't have money, you don't have a team, then you're going to need a deal.
Right.
And so, every deal is different, and you got to find the deal that caters to you. Mm-hmm. So if I'm an artist with a lot of talent, but I don't have a lot of money, I don't have a lot of resources and things of that nature, then yeah, I'm probably going to need some kind of deal or some kind of partnership with somebody that has what I'm missing.
Right.
And so you always look for the situation where whatever it is that you're missing, go get that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you
Right,
don't got a
right.
lot of promotion, you don't got a lot of marketing, you don't got a lot of followers, then make sure that that marketing is in that deal. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But always have a lawyer look over it.
Yes.
You know, we've all heard horror stories of artists signing quote unquote bad deals, but you
Right.
know what? Nobody put a gun to your head to sign it. So
Right.
at the end of the day, if you didn't have a lawyer look over it, that's your foolishness. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I remember when I signed my deal years ago, I had my lawyer look over it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
And the
right.
people that I was signing with, shouts out Ball and G and Push Management, they're great,
Hey.
amazing people. But business at the end of the day is business. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to make sure that you are covering your bases as well.
Right.
So what's your thoughts on the whole? And we're just the outside looking in, but what's your thoughts on the Megan Thee Stallion and the Carl, label and artist situation?
I think Megan is trying to run off.
Really?
I don't have any quarrel with her music. I think she's an immensely talented female, immensely talented artist. But I feel like, I know Carl Crawford for a fact put millions and millions of dollars into her, right? So say, for instance, you take $2 million and you put millions of dollars into me. And don't nobody know me, but everybody know you, and you put your $2 million into me. Now, are you expected after you get your $2 million back that our business is done?
No, interest.
Exactly. You want to make a profit, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what I feel. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, from the outside, we all the outside looking in. I feel like, she's trying to run off with the man's money after it was successful, after it worked.
Right.
Like, this man put this money up into you, made you a megastar. Then why aren't you, at least trying to make sure that he gets his just due? Because he believed in you when no one else did. And that person is a different type of person. Yeah, of course, when you're a star and a celebrity and you have all the records, so everybody's going to be your friend. Everybody believes in you then.
Exactly.
But the person that believes in you when nobody else did, the person that believed in you when you had 1,000 followers or less, that person needs their just due because of the fact that they believed and they invested, they put their money where their mouth is.
Right.
So have you ever been in a similar situation with maybe some of your artists or former artists?
I mean, sometimes artists are ungrateful. I don't think that that's ever going to stop. Unfortunately, that's some of the bad parts of this industry. You know what I'm saying? Some people just forget where they came from. I had a situation with an artist that I put $86,000 into him.
Wow.
And it was a sad situation because it was like, nobody really wanted to see him win more than I did. I put more into this guy than his daddy did.
Wow.
And so when you put $86,000 into somebody and they don't bring you no money back, and I had to stop dealing with him because of the fact that he pulled a gun on one of our employees.
Oh, Lord. He was acting up then.
Yeah, nobody talks about that, right? So, he pulls a gun out on an employee because they asked him to clean up his chicken at the studio. And I was like, at some point in time, I can't have people under that kind of leadership.
Right.
If you go to work and someone pulls a pistol on you and you work for her and she doesn't do anything to the person that pulled the pistol, you don't feel comfortable coming to work. And I don't think any business owner would do that. So, I wish them the best, but it's just an unfortunate situation. You know what I'm saying? You can try to help people, but if they don't want to help themselves and they don't want to change their mentality and move forward, hey man, the best thing to do is to cut ties and keep moving.
Yeah. That's
Amen.
very true. Amen. You better preach now. You better preach. Nietzsche. You better preach.
You better hope I last for that
I got my.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so you do so many things, right? You're a man of many talents. So, is there anything else that you have coming up, or anything else that you are working on besides what you already have in progress?
Well, we got the Ugly Money podcast, and it's taken off as of late. I think I've gotten over 30 million views on YouTube in the past month, and I think we did 50 million views on social media.
Wow.
So I've been shooting that Ugly Money podcast for about 3 years, and it just now started to pick up the momentum that I feel proud of. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's people need to understand it's a process. You start with 0 views and 0 subscribers, just like anybody else, and I did too. And I started in my living room with two iPhones and a GoPro. But just the passion and the belief that this is going to be something real, and continue to keep going. And so we've had a lot of success with that.
You and DJ such and such was in the front room.
Come on, man.
I seen you.
Yeah, we had to thug it out. And I think that's the main thing that people need to understand. Like, all this stuff is homegrown. This isn't nobody gave me a loan. I didn't have to rob nobody or sell no dope. I just really worked my butt off,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying, to make these things happen. So if I can do it, you can, you know what I'm saying? Look at my story as a testament that, you know, the underdogs can win.
Yeah.
A person that comes from humble beginnings can come up and be successful. And given I'm just now getting started. I feel like, you know, we got long ways to go, but we've come so far.
Yeah.
We've come so far, and you know, when you get to the point of looking back, you be like, I think about turning around, I'm thinking about quitting, and then you look back and it's farther to go back than to go forward.
Right.
You have no choice but to keep pushing.
Amen. Well, let me find out you grew up with a church family.
Well.
Look, very, very good advice. So what type of development plan, you know, since you do manage artists, what type of development plan do you actually put together for them?
We do artist development. We have label days and seminars and things of that nature where we actually bring artists and teach them how to be artists. And I think that's the thing that's missing from the game. Artist development is no longer, you know, at these major labels. So we teach them about stage presence. Have you ever went to a show or a showcase and the artist is rapping, but you can't hear them when they're rapping in the mic?
Right.
Yeah.
We teach that.
Or they don't even have the mic up to their mouth, right?
Or the guys that just stand in one place or whatever, they look like they're nervous. So we teach stage presence. We teach interview prep. We teach all the things, you know what I'm saying, that is needed to be successful artists. And that's something that we do in our management packages where we actually try to show artists like, hey, you know, this will help you up your game.
Right.
You know, and
this is going to help you improve.
And my artists are you know, our products of that. China Monet, I remember I found her. I think she had 1,500 followers, and she got like 86,000 now. Drives a Benz and lives in Atlanta. When I met her, she was working at Olive Garden in Albany, Georgia.
I know that's
and,
right.
you know, if you ever see her on stage, she's fierce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She really turns it up, and that just goes to show, like, you know, the lessons and things that we've taught, and you know, it's really working.
Yeah,
for sure.
I heard that she was coming and giving you that $500 payment every week, and you stopped her like, you know what, I'm going to invest in you, versus her giving you the money because you saw the passion that she had.
And that's the thing, like, I have to admit, I am a sucker for passion.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like anybody else. I see a hungry artist and an artist that really wants it, and I'm not scared to take a chance on them.
Right.
Whether I make a profit or not, or whether I get burned or not, I cannot stop that giving spirit because I believe that's the reason why I'm blessed. That's
it
the reason why I've been
is. It
successful.
definitely is.
And so, yeah, China was coming. She was driving from Albany, Georgia every other week to come record, and I didn't even know she was living in Albany at the time.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bet on you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my money up, and you know, we can see what happens. And you know, we've had a lot of success, and we got a long way to go. But it's definitely
beautiful.
emotion.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, help me help you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Shoot. I'm gonna help you help me. Look, so now I want to say also in a second part of that question, because I know everybody's still mourning the loss of Takeoff.
Yeah.
And I saw you posting about it, like, you know, millions of other people. But I want to know, like, may he rest in peace. First of all, what are your thoughts on that? And then also, what are you doing maybe to keep your artists kind of more so out the streets to kind of avoid it?
Well, first of all, you know, we lost a legend.
Absolutely.
The Migos should be compared to groups like the Beatles, the Jackson 5 of their generation. So it's a national tragedy. It's a tragedy for hip hop. It's a tragedy for Atlanta. And so, you know, I just pray that his family has the time to grieve. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people should give them that time.
Yes.
I think we should definitely pay attention to the person that pulled the trigger.
Right.
You know, everybody likes to point fingers at everybody else, but at the end of the day, hey, man, there was only one person that pulled the trigger that shot that bullet, that killed that man, you know what I'm saying? Or whoever the shooters were.
Right.
And I just think that we need to make sure that they come to justice or whatever and get what's due to them, and better hope for the streets find them. But as far as my artist is concerned, you know, we just try to keep a positive mindset and try to move right. I'm a former military veteran, so you know we move militantly. If you ever see me at a show, it's just and it's not the fact that nobody's out to get us. It's the fact that, you know what, this person has a gun and they don't have a good aim.
Yeah.
So you know what, I don't want the bullet that may be meant for this other person hitting one of my people or hitting one of my staff. So you know, I take that very seriously, which is one of the reasons why I had to drop that artist, because I'm like, hey, we don't even play that here, you know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of energy is just not warranted, because, you know, had somebody just not picked up a pistol, we still have Takeoff.
Right.
If somebody, if we just put down the guns, he'd still be here.
Right.
And there's so many other, young black brothers and sisters that would be here if had nobody picked up that weapon.
Right.
And me being an Army veteran and actually having to go to Iraq and actually having to pick up a weapon to defend myself and having to kill somebody before.
Right.
It's a situation where when you've actually done it, killing is not as cool as you think it is.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of times when I hear people talk about it, I'm like, you ain't never really caught nobody, because you wouldn't talk about it with reverence and respect the way you do, like it's cool. It's not.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you see those people. You know what I'm saying? When you close your eyes, you see that person
Right.
that you. And so, I just pray for Takeoff's family. I pray for the whole QC. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I pray that Quavo and Offset
Get back together.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just reconcile it, because life's too short, and that's what I've learned. That's what we all should learn.
Yeah.
Life's too short to
It
just be
is.
engaged in BS.
Yeah, it really is. I completely agree with that.
Well, would you say, and Lena, we went to the listening party for Takeoff. And,
Yeah.
Quavo.
Yeah, me too. I was there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say, like, instead of people having that outside mentality, do you think they need to stay inside or maybe a little bit more?
I just think people need to be safe. We can't tiptoe through life. We're gonna get to death at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can get killed anytime. Whenever God tells us it's our time, it's our time. But you definitely want to move safe. You definitely want to be vigilant. You definitely want to move militant. And if you ain't got no business there, get the hell on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Just any kind of negative situation, negative energy that's not for you. Hey man, get on. And a
Exactly.
lot of people get killed in their hometowns. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
these rappers. Hey man, you know what? If you have moved past that type of lifestyle, then you know what? There's no reason for you to turn back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get on a little bit of a lighter topic.
Let's do
In one of your interviews, you mentioned Tony Neal with the Core DJs.
Shouts
I'm
out Tony
affiliated
Neal.
with the Core DJs, so definitely shouts out to Core DJs. And so with the internet being so big these days, with it being such a major factor in everybody's life, how important do you feel like it is for DJs still to be breaking the music, or do you feel do we still need DJs as much as we used to, or how do you feel about that?
No, we definitely still need DJs, and anybody that says different, it's just just lost in the
Right.
sauce. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually you're gonna have to come outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And given we have extra platforms and other platforms like TikTok, Instagram, social media that yes are extremely, extremely valuable and
Yeah.
extremely, they work very well. But at the end of the day, you gotta come outside.
Yeah.
And when you really want that show money coming and you really want to get those big
Go on
back
tour
ends,
and-
man, them DJs is the ones that's
Yeah.
gonna get you them back ends.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So yeah, the internet may make
Somebody
you cool.
needed to hear that, though,
Yeah.
right? Somebody needed to hear that.
The internet may make you popping or whatever. You might have a whole lot of followers, but at the end of the day, if those million followers don't transpire to 100,000 tickets sold,
Exactly.
it makes sense. Those DJs are the type of people that if they get behind that record, they get spinning, and you got Southside Keisha going crazy every time your song come on.
Hey,
Yeah,
Southside Keisha.
That 30-40 band, that 30-40 bands, the show gonna fit, gonna feel real nice. So,
Right.
no shouts out to the DJs, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Man, and to touch base on that too, Lena, that's a good point, because I was telling someone, I said, and it's a guy who wants to just make it big in the industry rapping, and I told him, I said, instead of you sitting at home all day, why don't you go take a little tour to some of these clubs that's in Florida? He's in South Florida, right? So I'm like, go to the different clubs, shoot the DJ a little couple dollars and ask him, hey, can you run this track in your playlist?
Now you gotta show DJs love, man. People
Yeah.
buy designer shoes, chains, watches, everything. But you know what I'm saying? When a DJ come in there, they act like they don't want to give them nothing.
Exactly.
When that's the guy that's that can get behind your record and get you a bag, you gotta take care of them.
Right.
For sure.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I tell my artists all the time, anytime we go to a club, that you need to go talk to the DJ.
To the DJ, you
at
have
least
to.
at least recognize them. I tell China every time,
Introduce.
hey, make sure you go take a picture with them, tag them, follow them, because guess what? Those are the guys that's gonna make your music live on while you're not
Exactly.
here. When
Yeah.
you leave out of this club, your music is going to stay and live on because this DJ is spinning that joint. So we always got to make sure that we take care of our DJs.
Exactly. I love that. So, type of impression do you feel like an artist should leave? Like, what exactly do you feel like that they should do when it comes to networking with DJs?
Yeah, you just gotta
Besides when you going in the club, like outside of the club.
It's gotta be a situation of respect. A lot of DJs might not even want any money.
Yeah.
You know, he's up there working tirelessly all night, 4-5 hours, spinning records. You know, sometimes he just wants a person to recognize the fact that he working hard.
Yeah.
You know, buy him a drink. You know, I always when I was a rapper, I used to always do that. I'd be like, hey, what you drinking on? I would never try to stop the DJ and say, hey, play my song in the middle of the set.
Right.
Hey man, what you drinking on? You working hard, you rocking this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, 3 Coronas. I bring him back 3 Coronas, right? And what happens is no one else has come up to him and offered him anything.
Right,
They've only tried to get things from him.
Right.
Us
So you
being
stood
here.
out
But
at
he's
that
gonna
point.
remember me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey bro, I ain't gonna talk too much business, man. Let me get your number, whatever, and I'm gonna get out your hair.
Yeah.
Next day I follow up.
Yeah.
I follow up, hey man, I would love to send you these records, let me know what I need to do to him. Oh man, you showed me so much love.
Are y'all listening to this,
you
man?
showed me so much love. I'm about to keep you in rotation.
Exactly.
And it cost me 3 Coronas.
Yeah.
So you know, it's just you know, it's priceless to be a good human being. Man.
Exactly.
Just be a genuine person.
I do that if he keep them good songs playing
Yes,
back to
ma'am.
back.
What you doing,
I
Kelly?
tip the DJ. I tip the DJ like, DJ, you doing a good job. I did that in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. Now, when's gonna be the next showcase for indie artists to display their talent?
Well, we just worked a situation with Kai's and Co out in Marietta. We're gonna do a monthly showcase of Ugly Money Soundstage, where I'm just checking out talent. I'll be there myself. The hottest artists will actually get a meeting, a one-on-one in-person meeting with me. So we're doing that monthly at Kai's and Co. But we're about to kick off our next tour come January 2023. We're doing 35 more cities, and we're gonna be sending somebody straight to Money Bag Yo.
Nice.
Hey.
So are you looking for more artists, or?
I'm always on the look for talent. I'm always on the hunt for the next big thing. I think that's the business that we're in. I don't think that ever stops. You know, if something comes past me that I can't let go.
You don't want to take to the next person, right? That's what I mean.
If the right record and the right artist come past me, I'm gonna have to move on it. You know what I'm saying? And so that never stops with me. I think that's gonna be a lifelong thing. I'm always looking for new business, new artists, and just new talent as a whole.
Man, I'm coming to the next event.
Come on.
I'm gonna get on the stage.
Come on.
I need to get signed.
There it is.
So if you could change anything about the industry, what would it be? Or even if you don't want to change it, you could just say you wouldn't change anything.
I would actually love for the fact of talent to be more important than it is right now.
Yeah.
You know, it is a numbers-based game from what I've seen. You know, a lot of these labels, they want numbers. They want the person that's got all the followers and all the views and all that stuff. And yeah, he can't rap. He ain't rapping about nothing. You know, so I would love the fact that, and I understand why they do that, trust me and believe, but I would love for the fact that, you know what, the guy that's actually dope, the guy that actually can rap, or the female that actually is popping her stuff the way she's supposed to pop it, man, give that person a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, I would love to get back to that. And that's kind of like what my platform is kind of based around. It's like giving giving talent, you know, a chance to shine, to actually be in the same room with the people that sign the checks.
Would you say that music nowadays, just whether it's female or male artists, would you say like a lot of it has the same sound? I feel like it kind of does.
You know, you're gonna always have copycats. You got some people that are trendsetters, and you got some people that are wave riders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just learned to try to survive it all. You know what I mean? Because I remember when I was a kid, there was a lot of guys that used to try to sound like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's always going to be copycats, but, you know, the innovators are always going to be the ones that's going to be legendary, you know, and no disrespect to, like, Designer. I remember this song Panda came out years ago or whatever, and, you know, he's like, everybody's like, he sounds like Future. He sounds like Future.
Like he doing karate.
Yeah, he did 20 million. He sold 20 million, right? He had a diamond record, but at the same time, exactly where is he now?
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But
right.
we're still rocking with Future. Future just had a #1 album. So, you know, the innovators, the people that actually got the originators of the craft and other sound, they gonna usually get they just do.
Right. So, Nietzsche, do you feel like that your vision of being an artist, is that in your past now? Are you never going back to that, or is it something that you may go back to? Or
It's funny. I I got 2 calls this week about somebody, people telling me that I need to pick the mic back up. I'm not a person to never say never, but my purpose in life right now is to help as many people that want to be helped.
Yeah.
And once I feel that I've gotten to a place where I've helped make enough millionaires where I feel comfortable, and then I'll reevaluate.
Okay.
But right now, it's about China Monet, it's about Moody, it's about Jizzle, Yellow Boy, Best B, making sure that all these artists that tap in with me and come to these shows or whatever, I want to put them in a position to win.
Nice.
And we want interest. We want our interest.
That is.
Funny. So, what is one of my last questions is, what does success look like for you? Because some people keep going, some people like this is enough. Like, what is success for you?
A lot of people think success is about money. A lot of people think success is about fame and notoriety. I believe success is when you wake up every day and you can feed your family off something you love to do, then you're truly successful.
Okay.
If I wake up every day and I get paid to be me.
Yeah.
There's no better job than that. I don't have to be anybody else. I don't have to do anything but be me.
Amen.
And I feel that that's a level of success. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people may have a dollar amount. I don't believe that. Because you can have the most money in the world and some people are just miserable.
Right.
But, success is what you make it. And if you are waking up every day and you living a happy life and your family is taken care of and straight or whatever, man, you're successful.
Yeah.
There it is.
But that's what it is for you, right?
That's what it is for me.
Okay then. Just making sure.
Yes, ma'am. You want that money? Look, you.
No. I got a huge heart too, though. I got a huge heart too, and when I see other people with good hearts, like I recognize it, like immediately almost, and that's why I made it a point to say that to you at the beginning. Thank you so much.
Amen.
You got a good heart. I said all that to you at the beginning before I asked you anything. But everybody had their own perception of what everything is, so that's why I just was like asking your opinion.
The money nice though.
The money nice.
Hold on, we ain't tripping on the money.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Well, you know what I learned about money is when you chase your passion and you chase your destiny and you chase your purpose in life, the money gonna follow you.
Yeah.
I don't chase money no more.
Yeah.
The money could hit my phone. I ain't gotta sit there and be
So
like,
it really ain't ugly no more.
It's still ugly. It's still ugly.
It really ain't all that ugly no more.
My baby mamas might be watching. It's still ugly. Hey, baby mama, I'm broke.
I can't deal.
Tell us, tell the people, where they can actually follow you and find you.
Everywhere, Ugly Money Nietzsche, Ugly Money NICHE. You can follow my YouTube at Ugly Money TV. But yeah, you type in Ugly Money, I'm gonna pop up like cheese.
I like cheese. Well, again, we appreciate you so much for being a guest. If there's anything that you want to leave us with, the audience with, on InTheMix podcast, we would love to hear.
Well, first and foremost, I love the backdrop. And I remember the first time I saw this show, I thought it was green screen.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, y'all really out. We really outside, people. Like the level of dedication for this show is amazing. And if I can leave anybody with anything, I would just say this, man. Just keep going. You only lose when you quit. So long as you keep, one foot in front of the other, you have no choice but to end up somewhere. You may not end up where you thought you would end up, but you're going to end up somewhere. So don't quit. Keep going. The days that you don't want to do it are the days that you're going to have your biggest successes. So make sure you get up and go do it.
You heard what he
That
said.
ugly one.
You heard what he said right here on InTheMix podcast. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Been peep them jeans by the way. Seen you sip lean by the way. Green by the lay. Pull up our A. I don't be stressing the bitch. I don't be sweating the bitch. A nigga too fresh for the shit. I get another little bitch. She always complaining and shit. Still wanna bang a little bitch. Whining and tripping and shit. I switch up and change a little bitch.
The bitch must not know I got options. Bitch must not know I got options. The bitch must not know I got options. Yeah.